In this video, I'm going to show you how you can take a Google Calendar and embed it in a page in your blog. So to begin with, we'll go click on the Design button and we'll go to your Pages link on the left side here, the navigation menu. We're going to make a new page and we'll call it our class calendar. And then we'll come down here. Now we're actually going to be using the HTML option here, and you don't have to know anything about coding to do the work that we're going to do. But one of the things that I like to do before I start into HTML is give myself a clue as to where I want my calendar to appear. So I'm just going to type in paste calendar here. That way, if I've got a lot of text, I have a clue about where I'm going to be copying and pasting the code that I get from my Google Calendar. So we're set up on the Blogger side. Now we're going to go over to our Google Calendar, and you can see here that I've got a class calendar set up. I've also subscribed to my school board's 5-day cycle and their elementary school holidays. So you can see that Family Day was listed. I've also got the holidays in holidays in Canada calendar coming directly from Google. But what I want to start with is embedding this teacher's class calendar. So I'm going to now, if you don't see this, you may need to use these little arrows to expand your calendars. And as I hover over Demo Teachers Class, I see this little drop-down menu. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to the calendar settings. And right away, I see the section where I can embed the calendar. Now, I want to customize this to actually grab the day cycles for my school board and the holidays for my school board. So I'm going to click on the link to customize the color, size, and other options. And here's a preview of my calendar so far. But what I'd like to do is make sure that I scroll down here and get these other calendars. So the one that I want specifically is the elementary 5-day cycle. So that'll let parents and students know what day of the cycle it is. And I also want to get the elementary school calendar because that will tell them when we've got some school holidays. Now, a couple of other things you'll need to know is that the default settings are generally too wide for Blogger. So I've done this enough that I know this, and I'm going to resize the width of my calendar to about 600 pixels. And I'll leave my height at 600 pixels as well. Everything else I can leave. That will give parents and students the options to switch to a week view or an agenda view of the calendar. They can navigate through month by month and see what's coming up, etc. So generally I tend not to mess with anything else here. I will click on Update the HTML here to make sure it's got all of my options. And then I'm going to click in this box. I'm going to press Control A or Command A if I'm on a Mac to select everything here. And then I'm going to copy all of that HTML code. So I told you wouldn't have to do any hard coding here. It's all done for us. So I've got that copied. I'm going to come back to my page in Blogger. Now I'm going to click on the HTML tab. I'm going to highlight where I said paste calendar here. And that's actually where I'm going to paste that code I just copied. And if I go back to the Compose view, I should see my calendar load. So a couple of things to check here. I'm going to click on the Publish view just to make sure that the calendar actually fits in the Blogger template. So click on Publish, and then I want to view my blog. And oh, I don't see the link to the calendar, so I'll have to click on Design and go to my layout. And where I've got the pages layout here, I'm going to click on Edit, and I'm going to add the class calendar. and I want it to actually appear second in my list, so I'm going to move it up here. I'll scroll down and click Save. I will save the arrangement and then view the blog. Now I've got my class calendar here, and I can see that for this particular template, a 600 pixel width seems to work out just about perfect. It comes straight to the edge of my blog. Now, if I wanted to change that, another way to change a post or a page is if you scroll down to the bottom of the poster page, you can click on the pencil. And if you click the HTML view, you can look through here to where it says the width, which should appear right at the end. So how wide do you want your calendar to be? If I change that from 600 to 500 and update it, then I can view my blog. If I click on my class calendar, I can see now that it is substantially narrower. So that's, if you have some challenges, you may need to go back and play with the width a few times. You can also come back to the Google page and change the width here if you're more comfortable with that. If I want to put that to 575 and update my HTML, I can copy all of that again, come back to Blogger. I'm going to edit this page, and I'm already in the HTML view, but if I didn't see the HTML view, I could click on that and I could delete all that iframe code that we pasted before, paste in the new stuff, and click Update, then view my blog, click on my class calendar, and see my calendar here at the new width. Now, parents and students have the option. They can click on the week view if they want to see more directly during the week when events are happening, or the agenda view. And they also have the option to print your calendar if they'd like. So that's it for this particular video.